keep it all the way real on this podcast today because I am pissed. Robin admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that pays you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience. And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this. We spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm gonna say made up because I allegedly was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be, and that this Chris Bassett stuff was part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living your real lives.
When it comes to reality TV, the drama often goes beyond what we see on the screen. Sometimes, the real chaos happens behind the scenes. Right now, that drama is centered around Carlos King, a powerhouse producer known for creating some of reality TV's most unforgettable moments. But Carlos is facing serious allegations, and this time, it's not the usual Hollywood gossip. He's caught up in a scandal that could even cost him his own show. The controversy revolves around Sogucci Williams, a star from Carlos King's show Belle Collective. Sogucci has taken legal action against Carlos, and this lawsuit is serious. It's not just a minor complaint. Sogucci's legal battle includes claims of mishandling and possibly shady practices during the production of the show. Before we dive deeper into the situation, let's take a moment to understand who Carlos King is and why this is such a big deal.
Listen, this show means a lot to Melissa in a very different way of what it means to Teresa. I think, to your point, listen, I think anybody who watches the show can see that Melissa wants to be the top dog, and she has trouble with Teresa constantly winning in the end. And this, I'm gonna tell you, it was the season where Danielle Staub, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes,
it was the season where Danielle Staub, unfortunately, Melissa, like, Teresa told me to pull the hair. What I saw was this excitement of Melissa getting the tea. Like, well, she did what? And I think in Melissa's mind, she was like, oh, baby, it's going down.
Carlos King has been a well-known figure in reality TV for years. He's worked behind the scenes on shows like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, helping to create some of the most talked about storylines in reality television. He later went on to create his own hit franchise, Love and Marriage, and has worked on projects like Hollywood Divas and The Next 15. Over the years, Carlos has proven time and time again that he's a genius at turning real-life drama into captivating television. But Carlos isn't just known for his ability to create exciting content. He's also known for pushing boundaries and sometimes crossing lines. Some fans and cast members have criticized him for creating situations that feel more like exploitation than entertainment. But despite the criticism, there's no denying his impact on the reality TV world. Now, with all of this drama surrounding him, fans are left wondering if the same qualities that made Carlos successful could also be his downfall. Now, let's turn to Sogucci Williams. She's one of the breakout stars of Belle Collective.
Attorney is basically saying if I'm in agreement to be in her presence or okay with having a conversation with her, it's okay.
A show about ambitious women balancing business, personal lives, and relationships in Jackson, Mississippi. Sogucci quickly became a fan favorite, but her journey on the show hasn't been easy. Recently, she's taken a bold stand against the production, something very few reality stars have dared to do before. Sogucci has been vocal about her grievances with the way the show was produced. She feels manipulated and exploited, claiming that the production team used her personal struggles for shock value rather than allowing her to share her authentic story. One of the major issues came from her on-screen conflict with Selena Johnson. Sogucci has described feeling like a pawn in a game designed to stir up drama, rather than a real participant in her own story. The emotional toll from this manipulation led to breakdowns behind the scenes, which fans never saw. Sogucci's openness about her struggles has surprised many, as it's rare for reality stars to speak out against the production companies that made them famous. Her decision to fight back shows that she's willing to go against one of the most powerful producers in the business, even if it risks her career. In response, Carlos King isn't staying quiet.
So when we have these conversations about Kandi's relevancy on the show, I do think sometimes a lot of people miss what she brought out the gate. She had this ability to really give you great personal story, and she was always this very interesting peacemaker. So she was definitely a staple on the show. I really do believe in my heart of hearts that it was time for her to go. Now that Kandi is not coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, I'm gonna say this, and I don't care what y'all think. In order for season 16 to be great, you at least need Portia and Phaedra back. Watch the full video. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel at @TheCarlosKing_.
He's fighting back by filing a lawsuit against Sogucci, claiming defamation and breach of contract. In this lawsuit, Carlos paints himself as the victim, claiming that Sogucci's public statements are damaging to his reputation. His legal team argues that her comments about being manipulated and exploited are false and intended to hurt his career and brand. Carlos also accuses Sogucci of violating her contract, which likely includes clauses about confidentiality and behavior that could harm the show's reputation. By airing her grievances so publicly, Carlos argues, Sogucci has broken these rules. If Carlos wins the case, it could send a powerful message to other reality stars. It would show them that speaking out against production could come with serious consequences, potentially discouraging others from sharing their own negative experiences. On the other hand, if Sogucci wins, it could encourage more reality stars to speak up about their treatment on these shows. This could force producers to rethink how they handle sensitive storylines and conflicts on set. Either way, the outcome of this lawsuit has the potential to change the way reality TV is made. The stakes are high for both Carlos and Sogucci. Carlos is fighting to protect his career and his reputation in the reality TV world, while Sogucci is standing up for fairness and transparency. The drama between these two could have long-lasting effects on the reality TV industry, and fans are eagerly watching to see how it all plays out. Sogucci Williams has sparked a wave of reactions from fans, who are now split into two groups. On one side, there are die-hard Carlos supporters who believe he's just doing his job as a producer. They argue that Sogucci, like other reality stars, knew exactly what she was getting into when she signed up for the show. Many of these fans point to Carlos's long track record of creating hit shows as proof that he knows how to make compelling television, even if that means pushing cast members into uncomfortable situations. On the other side are the fans who defend Sogucci, applauding her courage for standing up to what they believe is a toxic and exploitative system. These fans argue that reality TV producers often cross ethical lines and exploit their cast members for the sake of ratings. They support Sogucci's decision to speak out, calling it a refreshing change from the usual silence that surrounds behind-the-scenes drama. One person commented that producers like Carlos need to be held accountable, especially if Sogucci felt exploited. Another added that it's about time reality stars start calling out the manipulation and emotional toll they endure for ratings. But this situation is more than just a feud between two people. It's sparking a larger conversation about the reality TV industry as a whole.
You said that Alexis won that argument. I saw a lot of people online saying that Shannon won that argument, but I think that both arguments work for me. You know what I mean?
Listen, there's no losers here, right? They're both winners. I chose Alexis because of her iconic line, "There's a door, Shannon Bador." I'm like, this woman used to be like this, Bible toting, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Christian conservative woman. She came out of that SUV smoking hot. She looks better than ever. And I just appreciate that Alexis brought it. So Alexis won to me because of the iconic line, but also because she's not at all who I remember. And that's special.
The fight between Carlos and Sogucci is revealing issues that many people have ignored for a long time. It's forcing fans, producers, and even the cast members to think about the ethics of how these shows are made. Producers are responsible for creating storylines that captivate audiences, which often means putting cast members in emotionally intense situations. But where should the line be drawn between creating entertainment and exploiting the people involved? Sogucci's claims of being emotionally drained and exploited by the production team shine a light on how far producers may go to get the ratings they want. If more cast members start speaking out or even taking legal action, it could lead to big changes in how reality shows are made. We may see contracts that are more transparent, outlining not just what's expected from production teams, but also what protections cast members are entitled to. This could include more attention to the mental health and well-being of the people who appear on these shows, ensuring they're not left to deal with the emotional fallout alone. Another possible outcome of this drama is that producers may become more careful about the kind of content they create. The days of dramatic confrontations and sensational storylines might be numbered if the risks of alienating cast members and viewers become too high. This situation could also make networks and producers more aware of the toll reality TV takes on the mental health of cast members. Perhaps we'll see a shift toward shows that still tell engaging stories, but do so with more respect for the people involved. This situation is also forcing audiences to rethink how they consume reality TV. Fans love the drama and excitement, but at what cost? If viewers start demanding more transparency and better treatment for reality stars, producers and networks may feel pressure to change how they operate. The entertainment landscape could shift toward shows that are not only entertaining but also ethical and responsible in how they treat cast members. As for Carlos King, what does all of this mean for his future in reality TV? He's been one of the biggest names in the industry for years, but this legal battle could be a turning point. If the lawsuit goes against him, the consequences could be severe. The damage wouldn't just be financial, his reputation could take a big hit. One immediate concern is whether networks will continue to support him. While Carlos has been a major asset to many networks, they are also concerned with their public image. If the controversy around him continues to grow, executives may decide to distance themselves from him, potentially leading to him being removed from his own shows or sidelined in future productions. This situation also raises questions about trust within the industry. Cast members who once saw Carlos as a creative genius might now be more skeptical of him. If other reality stars start speaking out with similar complaints as Sogucci's, it could create a domino effect that makes it harder for Carlos to recruit talent for his future projects. Shows like Bell Collective could also suffer if viewers begin to see them as exploitative or if the behind-the-scenes drama becomes too distracting. Advertisers may also pull back, making the show less financially viable. Looking ahead, Carlos's ability to launch new shows could depend on how he handles this situation. If he can prove that his production practices are fair and transparent, he might be able to restore his reputation and continue his career. But if the focus remains on allegations of manipulation and exploitation, his career could face long-term damage. This controversy has raised a lot of important questions about the reality TV industry. The fine line between creating compelling drama and exploiting cast members is now in the spotlight. The legal ramifications of this case could change the way future reality shows are produced. We're witnessing a critical moment in the industry, one that reminds us that the people involved in reality TV aren't just characters on a screen, they're real people with real lives, and the stakes are high. As the legal battle between Carlos King and Sogucci Williams continues, the situation is bound to evolve, revealing more details that could reshape the future of reality TV. What's clear is that reality television isn't just about what happens on screen, it's also about how the people behind the scenes are treated. So, whose side are you on? Do you think this is just a case of creative direction, or has it crossed into dangerous manipulation? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.